Check it out, guys. We're harvesting our cider apples today on the farm. And check it out. We got this crazy guy, Mr. Clark, up in the bucket up there, getting brave, picking them beautiful clusters of the red delicious apples up there in the bucket, getting elevated. Yeah, buddy. What's up, guys? It's a spent man. We have a nice rainy day here in the North Country. Well, you saw me and my bucket loader and my assistant getting after those red delicious apples, and now we have a rainy day and it's time to press that cider. That is what's up, guys. I get all excited about my cider, and I'm going to show you how we make it. So check it out over here. We have our nice stash of apples, and we have red delicious from our trees, and they look like the sky, the North Country sky at night, looking like that cosmos. And red delicious tastes like cardboard. I call it my institutionalized apple, right? You get red delicious when you've done something bad, when you're in public school or in jail or whatever, but it makes a very delicious cider, either fresh or hard. And since I'm not tempted in any way to eat it, it's an awesome, reliable cider apple that produces every year, and they're growing on me, man. They look pretty. And so yeah, we got red delicious. We have some of the remnants from our mac tree, our big nice mac tree in the middle of our property. It's an old tree, and our mac on our property is, a pretty early apple, so some of these apples aren't in the best condition. And when I'm prepping them, if I cut them open and they're, rotten in the middle, I'll just toss them off into the brush. No big deal. But either way, ugly apples make good pie and even better cider. And my third variety right here is a score from the next town over. I've been driving past these apple trees, and these apples have looked delicious. I got off that road and tasted them, and no one is spraying these trees, no one's taking care of these trees or tending to these trees, and people definitely aren't harvesting the apples. But I stopped by and I tasted them, and they're freaking delicious and beautiful, high quality crop. This is an awesome roadside score, and I got a bunch of apples. They're all over, and I'm going to be getting 3 to 5 gallons of cider from them. So, yep, stop and collect those apples and make some intoxicating cider. So we'll get into the process a little bit now that we've seen the apples, and I got my cutting board set up here. I have it, and then I quarter it. So I cut it in half, and then I cut an X in that half and quarter it. And that's just my ritual, my habit, how I like to do it. Once I get them prepped, they go into my little bulk bucket right here, and I have my trusty Cabot Greek yogurt container, and this Greek yogurt is freaking amazing. We get them prepped up in that bulk bucket, and then we get them scooped with that Greek yogurt container into the crusher over here, and the crusher macerates them and makes them into this gloopity gloppity substance over here, which frees up a lot of the juices, so you get way more juice when you crush it as opposed to not. It will release the juices in the press more thoroughly, and I'll take a break now, but I'll show you how we press it in a moment. Yeah, buddy. All right, so our fresh fruit gets loaded into that sanitary press, and we gotta get that crank on. I gotta get me some more food grade grease, but for now we'll tolerate the noise, because we're about to get us some of that North Country gold, baby. That cider. And we got to crank down on her pretty good. Got to put my knee on it. Keep it in place. We're just waiting for that gush of that cider. And you always got to have your little mustard glass ready to catch some of them runnings, because there's nothing quite as good as fresh cider off the press. And there we go, getting that drip, that golden drip. Look at that. Whoo! Yeah, buddy. That's how to get you excited on a rainy day in the North Country. And this is what I'm talking about. Got to get you one of them little mustard glasses from the store. Jump in there. And you got to sample it. Because when you're using the different apples, it's always nice to get a sample right from the press to see how it's going to taste, if you need to do any blending. And yeah, buddy, wish you were here taking that cider fresh off the press. Oh yeah. Whoo! And it's really nice and sugary, so it'll get you going, get you pepped up. Alright, so I'm going to keep cranking down on this bad boy till we get that mason jar filled. And what we do on the farm is we use our cider a few different ways. We fill up the mason jars and get them in the freezer, and that frozen cider in the middle of winter time, like around Christmas or in January, that's just the best stuff around. And that cider mixed with some of that bourbon, oh my god, it's a simple and perfect drink. And that's what we like around here in the North Country. That's what us country folk like. But today I'm going to be using this cider and going to be fermenting it into hard cider. And so I'm going to take this mason jar, just how it is right there. Got about a half gallon, and it's going to go into this keg, this corny keg. And every time I do a press, I'm going to dump it into that keg. And when it's full, I'm going to add that yeast and let it sit, wait for it to ferment, generate that alcohol, and boom, I'm going to bottle it and drink it. It'll be the 2021 vintage. The best thing to come out of 2021 is going to be my cider. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise, buddy. Anyway, that's about it from the beautiful North Country. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Dreaming about that drip. That cidery sweet drip. Yeah, buddy.